Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Baltimore, RAVNS fans. Let's get to the news now. Guys, buckle up because what's happening right now is nothing short of a game changer for the Baltimore Ravens and the AFC North as a whole. It's a story that's unfolding in real time, and I can tell you, the stakes are sky high. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade that could give the Ravens a major boost on their quest to reclaim dominance and push deep into the playoffs, maybe even bring home another Lombardi trophy. But let's set the scene here, because this isn't just about a single player. It's about a strategic move that could reshape the entire defensive outlook of the team. And I promise, what's happening now is going to be a topic of discussion for weeks to come. So here's what we know from some very reliable sources, including Adam Schefter. The New York Jets, currently sitting at 2-5 and struggling on defense, ranking 27th in the league, giving up around 26. 2 points per game, are apparently open to trading one of their promising edge rushers, Jermaine Johnson. Yes, Johnson, who was the 26th overall pick in the 2022 draft, a player with a ton of potential and a lot of upside, is available. Now the Jets are in full rebuild mode, especially after the unfortunate injury to Aaron Rodgers and the subsequent fallout. They have about $78 million in cap space projected for this season and are prioritizing a rebuild that focuses on both the present and the future. Their defense, which was supposed to be a strength with players like Johnson, has been underperforming, and the team is clearly looking to reset. And why wouldn't they? Because they're also being very cautious about their pass rush. They've been burned by the Achilles injury that Johnson suffered in 2024, which kept him out for a significant part of the season. But the reports suggest that Johnson is healthy now, and even with limited snaps, he's been impressive. In 2025, he showed flashes of his Pro Bowl potential, with 7 sacks, 20 pressures, and a win rate of around 20%. His EPA per pressure, which is a pretty advanced stat showing how effective he is when rushing the passer, was 30, meaning he's been productive when on the field. He's coming back from that Achilles tear, and projections indicate he could reach 13 or more sacks in a full season, which is pretty remarkable for a player with his upside. His PFF grade was 86.7 until week 6, and he's been compared to some of the best external pass rushers in the league, even drawing comparisons to Max Crosby of the Raiders in terms of speed and pressure generation. Now the Jets are supposedly making Johnson available because they're looking to free up cap space. Their primary goal right now is to extend quarterback Zach Wilson and to build a more competitive run defense, which has been their Achilles heel, allowing 146 rushing yards per game, ranking 28th in the league, and their secondary has been giving up about 240 passing yards per game, which is a major concern. Sale, their head coach, has expressed a focus on youth and rebuilding, especially with the team's odds of winning a Super Bowl currently at plus 15-0, which shows they're not exactly in win-now mode. They're looking for a fresh start, and trading Johnson makes sense financially and strategically. This opens a lot of possibilities, especially for a team like the Ravens, who are desperately seeking to improve their pass rush. And that's where Baltimore comes into the picture. The Ravens, currently sitting at 1-5, have struggled with their pass rush, ranking 26th in sacks per game with just about 2-1. That's been heavily impacted by injuries. Nnamdi Madubuike, their excellent DT, has been out since September with a concussion, and Tavius Robinson, their promising linebacker and edge rusher, is on IR with a knee injury. This has left the team seeking outside help to bolster their front seven. Enter Jermaine Johnson, a player with a proven track record and a high ceiling. Adding him to the Ravens, defense could be the missing piece that turns their season around. With Odafe already showing flashes of brilliance with 4-5 sacks, Johnson would complement him perfectly, especially in a rotational role that could see the Ravens doubling their pressure rate. The impact of this potential trade would be significant. For starters, it would immediately bolster the Ravens' ability to generate pressure on opposing quarterbacks. The team's overall pressure rate would see a boost of around 18%, which could be the difference maker in close games. The Ravens' defense could evolve into a top-5 unit, considering their current struggles and the addition of a player like Johnson. who has the speed, agility, and pass-rushing skills that can collapse pockets and force turnovers. This is especially vital because their secondary, which has been leaking yards, allowing about 240 yards passing per game, could benefit from an improved pass rush that forces quick throws and mistakes from quarterbacks. And let's not forget the strategic aspect. Adding Johnson would give the Ravens a versatile edge rusher capable of lining up outside and rushing from different angles, making their blitz packages more unpredictable. His ability to win against the tackle and convert pressures into sacks is exactly what the Ravens need to elevate their game. Plus, with the team's defense aiming for a projected 3-7 sacks per game, an increase from the current 2-1, Johnson's presence could be transformative. It's about creating that relentless front that can pressure the quarterback, force turnovers, and set up the offense with better field position. Now, the Ravens aren't just looking at immediate gains. They're also building for the future. If Johnson can stay healthy and continue to develop, he could become a consistent double-digit sack guy, something that elevates the entire defense's ceiling. His ability to generate pressures and force fumbles could lead to more turnovers, which is crucial because, historically, teams that excel in creating turnovers tend to be playoff-bound. Ravens, who have struggled to get consistent pressure all season, see Johnson as a potential game-changer, a true X-factor who could turn the tide of their season. And what about the AFC North? Well, it's already a highly competitive division, but adding a player like Johnson helps the Ravens take a step forward and potentially shift the balance of power. The Steelers are still tough, but if Baltimore manages to improve their pass rush, they could start to dominate the line of scrimmage more frequently. The Bengals, with their mobile quarterback Joe Burrow, are also a threat, but a stronger front could neutralize some of his mobility and reduce the big plays. And the Browns, with their physical style, are always a challenge, but a more aggressive pass rush could pressure Deshaun Watson into mistakes. Now, let's talk about the numbers and the projections. Based on simulations and the current data, acquiring Johnson could increase the Ravens' win probability by about 13%, which is huge in a league where every game counts. The trade could also boost their odds of reaching the playoffs, and if they keep this momentum going, maybe even make a deep run. The trade would also send a message that Baltimore is serious about contending now, not just in the future. It's about winning now and building a defense that can keep up with the best in the league. And then there's the human element. Johnson's motivation to succeed after coming back from injury, his desire to prove he's a frontline player, and the Ravens' reputation for developing talent and maximizing potential. The fit seems perfect. He's a player with a lot of upside, and the Ravens have the coaching staff and the scheme to maximize his talents. If this trade goes through, it could be one of those moves that defines a season, turning a struggling defense into a relentless, dominant force that can carry the team through the playoffs. Moreover, this move could also have a ripple effect on the locker room, boosting morale and sending a clear message that the Ravens are all in on winning. They've shown resilience, fighting through injuries and setbacks, and acquiring Johnson would reinforce that mentality. It's about making bold moves when it matters most, especially at the trade deadline, which is just around the corner. The deadline, set for November 4th, adds urgency to this story. Every hour counts, and teams are scrambling to make the right moves. And I want to highlight how this could impact their playoff picture, because the Ravens have struggled to find consistency on defense, especially in generating sacks and pressures. Adding a player like Johnson could be the spark needed to ignite a turnaround. Their schedule gets tougher, but with Johnson in the fold, they could be more confident in facing top-tier offenses. His ability to pressure the quarterback, combined with O's existing production, creates a dangerous duo that opposing offenses will have to plan around. Now, looking beyond just the immediate season, if Johnson proves he can stay healthy and continues to develop, he could be a cornerstone of the Ravens' defense for years to come. This isn't just a rental. It's a strategic move that could set the foundation for Baltimore's defensive identity moving forward. The team has always been known for their physical, aggressive style, and Johnson's speed and explosiveness fit right into that mold. If he can reach his full potential, the Ravens' front seven could become one of the league's most feared units. So as we wrap up, it's clear that this potential trade is more than just a move for a player. It's about the strategic shift, the quest for dominance, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. The Ravens are clearly looking to capitalize on this window, especially with the playoffs within reach. The defense, which has been a work in progress, could suddenly become a strength with the addition of a young, talented edge rusher like Jermaine Johnson. This is the kind of move that can define a season, energize a team, and send a message to the rest of the league that Baltimore is not backing down. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Johnson can be the difference maker? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in purple and black? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. Remember, this story is still unfolding, and I'll be back very soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Baltimore Ravens news. We're in this together, and the future looks promising if this move happens. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Ravens.